All right, you're welcome back to the channel Sports on Sunday. And we have Jimmy just joining us. Jimmy, you're welcome to the show.
Great time to be here. Thank you.
Okay, you've just seen the Golden Eaglets. You know, yesterday, the kids trying to enjoy themselves. And like what Yemi said before you came in, the winning is sweet, but that is not the goal. Your aim and objective is, first and foremost, like we said, discover these kids, see how, apart from these ones, other ones with themselves we developed into senior national team players, and not just playing for the national team. If they want to take football as a career, you understand, that is what it is going to be. I think going back to 1985, like we said, one young man from that team went on over and over again, Jonathan Akpobore. Jonathan Akpobore scored our opening goal in the final. He scored that goal before Victor Igbinoba scored that his television goal. Germany. But the first goal, our first ever World Cup goal, was scored by Jonathan Akpobore. He went on to play for international teams, played for Stuttgart, and I remember in '98 they played in that European Cup final against Chelsea. He was there. He was, and then he was so good. He was so good that I think I want to confuse this, but either of these two guys, I'm not too sure of them. Either Boris Becker or Jürgen Klinsmann named his son after Jonathan Akpobore. I will get that fact already, but we can cross-check that. So it tells us from 1985 that he moved on to 1998 playing for a national team. I also remember that en route to our 2000 and when we went for the France '98 World Cup, he scored that equalizer in Kenya. We played 1-1 draw. With Kenya. I think that was Amadou Shaibu.
And Ken, what I think you have talked about basically is the carousel that Yemi is fond of talking about.
All of us.
I mean, somebody has to be
the pipe.
The pipe. Just like, don't get too excited.
No, but but just like you are also every time you talk about the policy.
Yeah, definitely.
Because when it comes to policy, you don't hold no prisoners. When it comes to advocate, yes.
So like you said about Jonathan Akpobore, you have to give him all the credit based on the fact that he was able to do that, and that's where you start talking about real ages. Now we have the competition going on. There are still doubts surrounding this particular team in terms of player selection, in terms of how they run things administratively. We won't go into all that because the competition is running. We can only say that it is time for the minister to look into proper, genuine football development. Because at the end of the day, we don't want this to be a Pyrrhic victory. We get to win the cup. We've won it 5 times. We get to win the cup again. And it looks like, yes, we are headed for greater places. We know the story. We have seen generations of Golden Eaglets. How exactly are they translated into, that...
Jonathan Akpobore,
and all that. So, if you have, for example, you look at the Yemi Teller generation, look at Chris Santos Macaulay. We are not talking about the person, but we are talking about
what he represented.
He represented.
Yes, he was
majority of those
MVP,
players.
Tony Cruz.
So it tells us we are not doing so much in terms of nurturing.
Absolutely.
It is one thing to discover, but if you are not able to nurture, then you can't develop.
But we also look at it in this other angle. Like we said, of course, government cannot set up academies or whatever it is. I mean, where they were always saying, look,
government can create an enabling environment.
Exactly. Government can create.
You see a lot of our teams in the league will tell you they have feeder team. Feeder team will be competing with the main team. Players in the feeder team are older than players in the senior team.
Yeah, there is a saying in where I come from. You understand? That somebody cannot.
Remind us.
I'm from Ugume in Delta State. Somebody cannot back you, and then you tell the person, I'm crossing the stream, and say you are stepping on fishes. You understand? Guy, they back you. How can you be telling that you are stepping on fishes? Are you getting me? The main club you are talking about have not even. They have not even.
And that's the problem.
You are talking about having a feeder team. Are you getting me?
Our domestic game has got to start from the home to the schools. And when Yemi talks about the enabling environment, the question is, are you going to do it alone as government? Or you are going to allow for public-private partnership, collaborations, and ensure as much as possible whoever is getting into investing into sports has, you know, a lot of leverage coming off whatever that investment.
It's like as we talked about not too long ago, saying, yeah, you want to, when it's time, when during the rainy seasons, you can't play tennis. You can't play tennis basically because
there's no single.
they're not
indoors.
indoor courts.
There are indoor courts.
Exactly. The enabling environment has to be provided. Even like you said, if you do not nurture, we cannot
So
progress.
the enabling environment we're talking about is basically, you had said something. It has to start from the home to the schools. So the school, the budget for sport. Is government actually putting it back?
Exactly. Now we are getting exactly.
That 5%.
We are talking
Kenny is a 5%.
We're not talking about the 10%. We're talking about 5% here.
Is government putting it in infrastructure at the local government level, at the state government level,
exactly.
at the federal level? Is there this synergy between the Ministry of Youth and Sport
and education,
as well as education? Because it's developing, how do I put it, sound mind. In a sound body. So when there are no, when those infrastructures are missing, parents, you as an individual, you can't go and build a tennis court unless you are that wealthy. So I think government needs to do at least their own part a lot more for people to latch on and then
I think there are also some local governments that are also doing well.
Definitely.
Yes, I want to use this opportunity to point out Amuodofin local government. Amuodofin local government, I think they're having their youth games starting from November 2nd or 3rd or so. So they have a youth games where they're doing athletics, they're doing every competition. So basically, that is one local government that is
let us call out local governments to do more.
I'm saying if we are saying yes,
one thing for them. Why not taking away what you are saying doing? But one thing you notice is that you see they just do it for the optics. Majority of these local, it's not deep. I'm not saying that's what they're doing.
No,
and why I'm going is
I disagree.
Yemi, you need to Yemi, this is not the first. This is not the first edition. What I'm trying to say is this.
I'm not saying that's what I'm.
He's not even being particular about
but you see, a lot of them, those politicians, they see it as a tool of propaganda. When we must have a tool. Are they really?
There are times you have honest intentions, but prevalent circumstances.
Exactly. No, actually, let us. We agree that we should call it out the way it is.
Yeah.
You understand? And then we're not carpet badging. We're saying, look, if somebody is doing it well,
say it as it is.
We say it as it is.
Yep.
And then you can always improve. You understand? Nothing is perfect.
Definitely.
You understand? England was in a doldrum, as at 1996. But today they are the superpowers of world sports. You understand?
Definitely.
The Champions League final were 2 English teams. Europa Cup final was 2 English teams. England had
under 17,
World cricket champions. You understand? And right now, in the Rugby World Cup, they're already in the final. Beating New Zealand, whatever. So it takes painstakingly on, like you said, that how do we put money in?
And that's why I said it must be a deliberate attempt.
This for England, it was deliberate.
It was deliberate.
It was deliberate because, like we said, from that night, we look at their budget. Immediately after 2012. Before they started planning for Rio 2016.
They looked inward.
They looked inward.
They used a lot of lottery funds.
All right.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're talking about...
So, changes does not come through waging a magic wand.
No, they don't.
You have to put in...
That is even...
The strategy must be in place. Yes. The implementation must be top-notch for you to achieve your results.
That is even your area. I think we are going to task him. We are going to task Jimmy here to look into what the lottery money is being used for in Nigeria.
Remember what area Ameke did say? There's the emergency fund.
Jimmy.
There's also the monies coming through.
Jimmy, we want to be specific in what we are doing.
Okay.
I want you to help us look at that sector.
Especially past states.
I'm talking about how much there is a lottery fund.
Yes.
There is a lottery fund.
Definitely.
Money is entering that fund. It is being funded.
Definitely.
Now, is it?
It's not being put into the primary use. No.
I was trying to remember in primary school. There is this tale. The lion was ill.
Okay.
And all the animals, were coming to visit him. Okay. And then it got to the tortoise, and the tortoise said, "All the footsteps I've been seeing, I've been entering. I have not seen any step coming out." You understand? So let us know how much is entering there and how much is coming out. And how much is coming out from that.
And what use is being put.
Because
I think we need to have that research conducted.
Cardiff International Stadium was so 90% or so, I'm not too sure of that percent, but was used on lottery fund. The lottery fund was used in building that stadium. And that stadium is fantastic. And at the time they were rebuilding Wembley, most of the activities in
2012, 2016 Olympics. Great Britain did very well because of lottery funds.
Lottery funds. So why you guys are playing all this lottery, let us understand where the money, percentage of it is going one particular fund.
Yeah.
And then we are talking that fund can fund sports, education,
Totally.
health, everything.
Totally.
Money is entering somewhere. So we'll look at it and then find out what is happening. Okay, but before let's also talk about the good thing. But we are going to open the lines now. I know we'll take a lot of your time so that you can be part of this show and tell us what things we're talking about here. Let us look at basketball. It was a breath of fresh air when it happened at the over there for the Zenith Women's tournament, because MFM have the male football team. They have the male football team, and they've been doing not too well, but at least they're up. They've been up there also representing Nigeria. But this one, private, don't talk about it. Private teams, MFM is a private organization. They formed the MFM female basketball team.
Just this year,
last year, they formed it last year.
Okay.
They formed it last year, and here they are playing in the final. Air Warriors came from Kezaman, you understand?
Yeah.
And then came in and then trounced First Bank. First Bank is also private. And
also Dolphins.
Privately, Dolphins, you understand? So these are private organizations. That is what we are talking about football.
Ken.
It's not just state government, state government. That even when the so-called NFL...
What about the sponsor? The sponsor of the event?
No, the sponsor of the event, Zenith, is private. But when the Super Eagles want to play, the NFF will now shopping from one state governor to the other. And then what... okay, hello.
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 Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
Good afternoon. My name is Ahmed, a regular caller.
Ahmed, we know now.
How are you, Ken?
We're fine. How are you doing?
I'm in love with your topic today.
Yes.
That's my core area as well.
Beautiful.
We talk about private sponsorship into football.
Yeah.
Especially sports generally, but I'm a football specialist.
Yeah.
So I always specialize in football. So other callers who should also talk about the area.
Talk about your... Ahmed, talk about your own. You have the floor.
Oh, so I have the floor now. Yes. Like the current Minister of Sports, Sunday Dare.
Yeah.
Hello?
Go on.
The
Yes.
initiative is bringing. Because if you look at the budget defense he did this week, he talked about how you can bring in private investors into sports. I think I must commend that minister for that, first and foremost. In the history of Nigeria, I think he will be the first minister. If I'm correct, Ken, try to correct me. He will be the first minister to believe that private sponsors, that government alone cannot do sports. So private should also come in. So they are looking at a way of getting private investors to help our sport. So football, let me go to football now, Mr. Ken. The grassroots football needs sponsors as well, and they need people to bring in their own wealth of resources to develop our football generally. So I think the private investors too should do more. There should be an awareness whereby all this, we have small companies around that can help the grassroots. If there can be an awareness that if individuals like us write them, how they can assist the game of football on the grassroots level, not giving out millions, at least associate themselves with, okay, we support you, way of showing so that people will know that, yes, this program is really going on. I think if the media teams can do that for us, it will really help us. And we have a lot of people that are trying to do that. But if you media can do it for us, we really like it. So, Ken, I really appreciate your program.
Thank you very much. I think at a point there was a minister where they were trying to concession. I mean, it's a difference between bringing investors, but they're trying to concession the stadium and other things. I think that was when the Patrick Ekeji was the DG.
It's easy to talk about private sector being involved in sport. You see, let's put ourselves in the position of
private sector,
the business owner. They're groaning under a lot of taxes already. And the supposed operating environment, the challenges associated with this operating environment. Sport administrators need to understand that for me to put my money in a particular place, I must get proper leverage. I must get value. So you must do things right. for me to say, yes, if I actually, barring all the other taxes that I'm being asked to pay, which are statutory, if I'm going to now see this, whether you see it as CSR, whether you see it as your way of contributing to the development of the community in which you are operating, I must get value. So what I'm saying, must be accountable. And that's one big...
But I also want us to be careful.
Let us look at it.
I want us to be careful.
I want to take Yemi on that. I want to take Yemi on. Of course, accountability is key. We are agreeing to that.
And it's missing.
But if we sit down here, we can list at least 50 organizations that make not less than 10 billion profit every year. We can list them. No matter how bad. What I'm trying to say is this. I'm trying to say is we've seen organizations coming in. I mean, we are saying Channels has two programs going on in the same environment. Yep. We have Channels Kids Cup. We have Channels Track and Field. We're talking about bringing about 1,220 pupils, to come in for a 2-day event. I mean, also, so if everybody is doing their little, are you getting me?
Now
you don't look. Sorry, is that Shagun?
Yes, Shagun.
Hello, Shagun.
Been a while.
Shagun, how are you?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Your topic this afternoon is nice.
Thank you.
I think that is the way to go.
Yeah.
Private funds must find their way into sports. But in bringing them in, I think one of the things they would like to see is how our sports is run. Is it run transparently? If you talk about football, I don't think the mess that Pinnacle are in now will really encourage any private sector man to bring his money in. So we have to look at the way we run our football. Accountability is important. Transparent accountability is important. Once that is not there, the private guys are going to be a lot reluctant in bringing their football and bringing their funds in. I must comment that the minister Sunday Dare.
Yeah.
Sometimes ago, it was with Dangote, it was with the man,
exactly,
the woman, and he's trying to encourage them to come into it. But first, we must clean our house. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think that's exactly what he has been saying.
And where I'm going to is this.
Yes.
So he has buttressed the point: transparency, accountability. You have said, okay, yes, companies are making profit, but don't forget that they are contending
forces.
How do I put it? Challenge demands.
Yeah.
So I can as well not put my money in sport. I can.
And they can always put their money in music.
No.
They can only put their money in entertainment. No. You see, I'm not saying that it's not talent. I'm not saying it's not talent.
Where do I get
value?
Where do I get value?
We've just finished. We've just talked about. We've just talked about. It doesn't have to be big.
Let's be practical here.
Excuse me. We've just finished.
I can put it in housing.
See,
there are lots of ways. So sport administrators need to demonstrate the fact that we want this money, and they must put their house in order.
Yemi, even in housing, the same Nigerians are there.
Absolutely.
Even in every other sector, the same Nigerians are there. If you are looking at the challenges, if you are looking at the negatives, you won't get overcome the positive. But the thing that before you give, it's like if you go to a bank to collect loan, before they give you loan, they look at, are you, you understand, are you capable of paying back? There are conditions. If I'm going to sponsor your event, you understand, I should be involved in how, I don't just give you money, and whatever, if I want to monitor, I put a pen, excuse me, you can also put a member of yourself as part of the person, even make him in charge of disbursement and monitoring of that, of finance, as a condition for you to give
interference.
You say what?
Interference.
No, I remember.
I've seen it happen.
No, I remember.
I've seen it happen.
Siasia went to the River State.
Yes.
They were looking for money. And then they gave him 7 million. The governor gave him 7 million for the team. And then the FSA bring the money. And so I said, I'm not giving you the money. Instead, I will return the money back to the governor.
Simple. Once people know that this money will be used for the purpose for which it's been given. At least that gives them a bit.
But I also want us to be very, very careful here, because at the end of the day, we should be talking more about the amplification of what the private sector can do in terms of grassroots competitions, developing football generically.
Okay.
Because most times we talk about the elite level. We talk about, promoting.
Are you talking about football only?
I'm talking about sports generally. I'm talking about arguably the largest bookmaker in Nigeria today left the NNL and went to sponsor a major program, entertainment. So there's a problem. So Yemi is right when he says accountability and transparency.
Okay, we are still here. I love Lagos is taking it up today. Hello. Who do we have on the line?
Hello, Gustin.
God's time. How are you? How are you? All right, go on. Let's hear you. Can you? You are close to your telly. Please kill the volume because it's echoing here. Kill the volume.
Yeah. Can you
Kill
hear
the
me
volume. Stay away from the telly and just talk. Oh, yeah. Let's hear you. God's time.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, very clear. Very clear.
Okay.
Go on.
Yeah. I'm calling from Solo, Lagos State.
Okay.
Yeah. Your topic for today is actually interesting. It's quite conventional, but the firm is right.
Oh, Yemi, no, Yemi.
Yeah. Private investors coming to sporting business is nice, it's good, but there will be a lot of interference. Very lot of interference because, from my own view, I believe government can do it alone. There's no two ways about it. It should be solely for them. If I'm an owner of a company, for example, now, and I want to put my money into sporting business, let's say Super Eagles, for example, footballing area, and I'm projecting 10 billion into it. I might give you guys a clause that I need two very close persons for me to be in footballing, to be in the Super Eagles squad. And knowing that fully well you guys need that money, I might be able to get my way, even if they are not good that much.
Okay.
But I know what I'm trying to say. Nigeria and their corruption, it's definitely going to be a problem.
But you and I are not corrupt. Ghostam is not corrupt. Ghostam, are you corrupt?
Nobody's holy in Nigeria.
No. Ghost, I say what I'm saying. I agree with you. That is exactly what I said. Just hold on. Don't go off. Like you said, let me take a few seconds to say this. I had a colleague who was working with the English FA, and then he was in charge of this development. What they do that if you are entitled to £20,000, he will first of all release £5,000 to you. And then his job is to go and check and monitor how you have used that then before the next step is given to you. That is what he does. You know, he is with the English FA in their community development program. So go on. Ghostam, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. That is right because Nigeria, we all know the sector, especially Super Eagles is corrupt. Just today I read online whereby someone said, I think his name is Mr. Oduku, said that the 17-year-old son was supposed to play for this current CHAN Super Eagles squad that's going on in Brazil, but his son was dropped for the DSS boss. Let's assume his son was dropped for the DSS boss son. Let's assume that DSS now, the boss of DSS right now is the owner of a mega company that is ready to inject, let's say, 20 billion into the sports, into the footballing sector, and then says, I need 2 of my sons or 3 of my sons. Even if they are not good, we are looking at the value it's bringing.
No, but that is not. They cannot prove. He cannot prove that 22 players or so were taken to the champion. Why would it be because of one person? That are they playing the same? Are they playing the same? I mean, that is and it's an allegation. Yeah, understand like what he's saying that so it is not proven. Most times, social media, a lot of things are being said, and that is
a lot of things are being said.
Yes,
fine and good, but we all know stories where it definitely happened.
No, let's be sure. Until it is proven, an allegation is an allegation until it is proven to be right. Thank you very much, God's time. I will appreciate you. You're welcome, Mark. I have these guys in this house. They won't kill me. I'm telling you this. They won't kill me. All right. Before I know we are still going to take calls, but let's take some tweets. Let's take some tweets. First and foremost, on the 17th, when they went before they played yesterday, the president took to Twitter to say, look, the most successful. I love this a father because the thing about him in this regard, like we normally see, is that he gave the promise that he gave in 1985, and then he came back and fulfilled it in the second tenure. But let's see. Okay, that is the president tweet.
Coming from the president official Twitter, and tonight, the most successful team in the history of FIFA Under-17 World Cup will play its first game in the 2019 edition. I wish our Golden Eaglet the very best as they take on Hungary and commence the quest for the trophy. The entire country is solidly behind it. That was before that game against
And then the very best. He wished them the very best, and they got the very best because he came back from 1-2 down to win 4-2. So that's the president. Let's take the next tweet is a good one because like we've been trying to our image. You understand? We talk about the image of this country. That somebody was to give you 15 naira and he gave you 1,005. The next thing, pew, you just not spending any. It happened. We were to get 15,000 from the IWF. Okay, the Sunday diary, the Minister of Sports.
The Minister of Sports,
yes.
IWF, I have approved the release of funds to refund the IWF overpayment wrongly credited to the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. In a few days from now, the funds should hit the account of the IAF, barring any interbank delays. With this, Nigeria's reputation is regained. All
right, he went on to now explain further.
The IWF refund approval is for the outstanding balance of $65,000. The first tranche of the refund was made by the former minister. I have only completed the refund because it is the right thing to do.
Right. So we do know that the minister at the former minister was saying, look, I mean, he told them, I'm going to pay you. And then, we know, Jimmy, I said, we know, he paid.
If Solomon Dalong had paid that money,
yeah,
I am sure, knowing fully well he had been an attention-craving minister, would
no,
have... Ken, he's not denigrating
No, Jimmy,
hold up, Ken, we are telling it several times
Jimmy,
here.
that is your opinion. That is your opinion of who the minister was, and you cannot impose it on us.
Ken,
I mean,
now
yes.
I think that what the minister has done now is to make, the situation, lighten up the situation, more like I do not want to dwell on the past. Let's move on.
Dalong paid $65,000.
I mean, nobody talked about it then. Why is the minister on the diary now talking about it?
No, he paid. You see, understand, I think it was the timeline. It was the timeline.
I think it's like you are trying to sweep away all that happened. Nobody is being made to answer for this.
We are happy that we've talked a lot about it.
We've done it for a while. We're moving forward
on this, and we are not here trying to indict. We're not trying to indict anybody. We're only saying there is this a new phase of
exactly. The minister said it is the right thing to do.
You understand?
We shouldn't even be here in the
and
first
he made the clarification because when he made the first tweet, you understand? Some people were saying, "Is that are you
65? Did you pay the
whole 130,000?" He said no. That is when he now made the second tweet. To clarify his first tweet, that actually the former minister paid half. He has just paid this to
some questions don't have answers.
Don't worry, you ask when you ask them. All right, okay, let's get it. Let's go. Look, did he play yesterday? Let's go to list. I don't want to talk a lot of things. I want us to do. Today we are celebrating. Yesterday something happened. I mean, the goals kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. But not just about the goals. Let us first of all look at the tweets. Let us look at from the tweet we can explain. Leicester visited Southampton and the match ended 0-9. Most of you should be aware by now. But there is something about that 0-9. Let's see. All right. This starts from
Peter Schmeichel.
Peter Schmeichel. And this is, Yemi, can you take that tweet?
No, the father of
Kasper Schmeichel.
He said, what a fantastic performance by Kasper Schmeichel and his Leicester City team for winning 9-0 at Southampton. If anyone had to equal our Manchester United record from the 1994-95 season, I'm proud and I'm glad that it was you.
Let us leave this tweet a bit for a few minutes and let us talk about this tweet. In 1995, Manchester United hosted Ipswich.
Yeah.
And then they scored 9-0. They beat Ipswich by 9-0. And it became the highest margin ever victory. And the man who was in goal, the goalkeeper that day was Peter Schmeichel. Now, that was in 1995. 24 years later, cast back to yesterday in 2019, Leicester visited Southampton. And Southampton equaled that record of 9-0 win. Yeah, that is Leicester equaled United of 9-0 win. And I tell you what happened. Who was in goal? Peter Schmeichel's son, Kasper Schmeichel.
Keeping it in the family.
Was in goal. Make sure that as you are scoring, they will not score.
Like father, like son.
Like father, like son. I tell you, that is a success story. But that is not where it all ended. Let's look at the other records that were created. Let us take Leicester City's tweet itself. Yes, this is what it said.
Joint biggest ever PL win.
That is 9-0. Manchester United 9-0. Yeah. And did the 7-9-0.
Biggest ever away PL
No team has ever won 9-0 away.
9 goals.
In 132 years.
2 hat-tricks.
2 hat-tricks, yes. 2 hat-tricks in the same match. It is only Arsenal that's achieved that. Exactly. And that was when Jermaine Pennant and Robert Pires Pires scored 2 hat-tricks. And I tell you this, did you know the team they scored against? Southampton.
They are a general side. Even the way they are known out sold their players to Liverpool.
The only time that two players scored hat-trick against a team in the Premiership was done by Arsenal, the Arsenal team, and it was Jermaine Pennant and Robert Pires, and they scored against Southampton. Well, let's see. Ndidi was there. Let us what Ndidi. Let us look at what Ndidi said. Let's look at Ndidi. You know, do you remember that music? Oh, what a night.
I'm sure you can ask me and myself.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of you.
Come on.
We will take some notes after this. And we want to make sure, but probably some of you know about this music, you understand? Oh, what a night. I mean, just give us the lyrics. See, we want to be happy right down here when you give us that. So, those are the tweets, and you know, those tweets, you know, tell us a lot of stories, from the president to the minister to Leicester City. I tell you, what else? The lines are still open, so you'll be part of this in the next few minutes that will be coming up. Gentlemen, this sounds great. I mean, Liverpool taking on Tottenham today. Do you see 9-0?
If there's any time that you think Tottenham will win a game against Liverpool, it has to be now. I think their backs are against the wall. Liverpool, yes, they have done quite well in the season. Tottenham, especially when they had been discombobulated by Bayern. But they are back. But then again, I feel that when push comes to shove, naturally Tottenham should be able to do one over Liverpool. A lot of people actually feel that Liverpool should, you know, run right shoulder over them and all that.
It's a good opportunity for Tottenham to actually avenge the defeat of that Champions
League final.
Their season has really been bumpy, really. But again, they won 5-0 against Red Star Belgrade in the Champions League. Liverpool have only dropped a point. They've only dropped a point this season in the Premier League, courtesy of that 1-1 draw to Manchester United.
Okay, we have a caller.
Baba Femi.
Baba Femi.
Yes, hello, good afternoon.
How are you?
Good, and you, sir?
We're okay, we're enjoying ourselves. I hope you enjoy yourself too.
Very, very well.
All right.
Please, I want to ask this question. Please.
Yeah.
I'm tired of listening to Premiership. Please, when is Nigerian League starting? That's my question.
Okay. Femi, if you want to ask us questions that we can answer now. Anyway, the minister.
I'm in Nigeria. Hello, sorry. I'm in Nigeria. I'm proud to be in Nigeria. I have a brother that plays in the Nigerian League.
Which club?
Please, this guy has been in the house.
And you are feeding him. Femi, you are feeding him. Don't worry. I think they said next week, which is they are saying 3rd of November. Okay. I don't know, but that is for now. That is what they are saying. But I don't know how prepared the clubs are. But they've been playing pre-season. In fact, the pre-season is more than the season. So let's see, Femi. Hopefully, they will start by November, according to the minister.
I need to hear the good news about that. The league should just start. And Premier League is good, right? I'm not condemning that, but at least let's have our own league so that we can have something to share.
We watch. We are in Femi. Don't worry, we are watching in Ndidi. Ndidi is in Nigeria.
No. You see,
that's an untapped market. We're talking about
which market?
This is what we are saying here.
That's the problem.
Yes. Thank you, Femi. Thank you very much.
Ken, here you are defending what our people are doing. And look at it now. How will any sponsor come and put his money? Any corporate
a league that doesn't have a fixed timeline.
Pre-season has been longer than the season itself.
And then again,
wait. He's saying something. Calm down. He's saying something.
The season adopted the format where you had an A side and a B side.
Yes.
We don't even know the format we are going to have.
We know the format. We know the format. But I'm more worried about the fact that they have not revised the framework.
Which framework?
All the status. NPFL, LMC. Again, stakeholder engagement has been missing. So when you start having violence on match days, then we come back here
to
analyze.
They're not even match. I'm not about
They're not even matches.
We're talking about.
They're not matches. Yeah.
Guys.
And you young man is feeling his brother.
Listen. You see, this is fundamental. is actually fundamental. I will always tell them from the very beginning. The day IMC
became, please don't go back there.
Listen, the day IMC became LMC, you understand? That was the problem.
Which one?
The
IMC,
see,
is it
you cannot run a
interim
league that you don't
company?
own. You see. The LMC does not own the league. Best they can market the league, but give the league back to the owners of those who own clubs.
Are the owners willing to take it back?
You don't have a club and you want to run the league.
It back?
I mean, for goodness sake,
Ken, I don't agree. I don't agree.
Jimmy,
the club owners have not shown enough capacity to run the league.
Jimmy, they were streamlined. I mean, by the former minister Bolaji Abdullahi. Tied their hands and they went to do all these things. They said, give up. What I don't like is when you are not transparent in what you're doing. They were having issues. You said, go and get them a new statue, and then so that they can now come back and organize themselves and own their league. And then you took
Can I ask you a question? Why did I say that the minister should convene a proper stakeholders?
Who are the stakeholders?
So that for every of the federation, it begins to understand what the challenges have been.
Jimmy,
now we continue
next
to run
time
football.
you use the word stakeholders on this set, I mean, we are going to. I don't know what I'm going to say. Who are the stakeholders? For goodness sake, if you're a stakeholder, if this league is not running, run your own mini league, and if you do it well, we can also you can have a better league. What are we talking about? Who are the stakeholders?
You see, really, and like I said, sport is not a tool for propaganda. Some people's lives are dependent
on it.
But that's our reality. But now we keep talking about increase in crime and all.
The LMC is a failure.
The entire ecosystem
accepted.
The entire ecosystem.
But how do we, correct these anomalies? We know there are glaring anomalies. We know the problems are there and all that.
Go back to square one. Jimmy.
Square zero, if possible.
Give me.
Are you sure they're going to start next week?
Give me. Not the starting the league. I'm not saying start. It's not compulsory that we must have a league. The that we nominated who was going to represent us. We can always
Togo didn't have a league.
You understand? I mean, when Egypt won Nations Cup, there was no league. There was nothing. I mean, so let us not overemphasize this. But I'm saying fundamentally, give the league back to the owners, those who own clubs.
But Ken, I've asked you this question. They have not shown enough capacity.
They don't, see, you took it away from them.
Capacity to run the league.
Capacity. If I have a capacity,
so far,
Jimmy,
have we ever had it this bad?
I mean, Jimmy, if me that can form a club and I cannot run my clubs, it's an association of those who form clubs. So if the LMC can say we want to market, we are good marketers. You can market, but you cannot run the league that you don't own.
I agree with you.
That is
totally.
the thing. Out of not.
I agree with you totally.
All right, we are going.
All right, I mean, I think it's important for us.
All right, that is the rugby. That's the Rugby World Cup.
England 19-7 against New Zealand, defeating the All Blacks.
Wow! So South Africa, England.
Wow!
South Africa, England finals. All right. So thank you, gentlemen.
Always a pleasure.
I think that is where we are going to leave it. We do hope that when we come back next week, we won't be talking about the problems of Nigerian football. We're talking about celebrations, and that is the thing that we're celebrating Air Warriors, celebrating MFM. We're celebrating all those guys that have done well during this week. I'm Ken Ochanogo. Have a wonderful Sunday.